I got in about 2 hours ago from England, so I'm fresh off the plane and ready to go. I think I played the first Ultra when it wasn't on the beach, which was several years ago now, but I've been coming to WMC since the 90s. When it was like the place to network with the rest of the world. Before the internet, we had to come over here to see what was going on. I think it opens it up because America, compared to England and Europe, America is such a large country. It's hard to penetrate, especially what I find is things happen on the coasts, but the interior of America is it's sort of hung up and a bit kind of isolated, but the internet is just free. Everything is absolutely instant. Something happens here and it's tweeted around the whole of the world. Kind of got to a certain stage when me and the Chems were doing it, and Daft Punk and everyone like that, and then it kind of, I don't know, lost its way a bit, and I think it's all about momentum. And we couldn't keep that momentum up for ages. I definitely got a little bit burnt out. But we made little triumphs at Woodstock, and me and the Chems played Red Rocks, and we felt like we kind of got dance music into the main arenas. But then we kind of lost our momentum a bit, and I think it took like David Guetta and Swedish House Mafia and everything to sort of kickstart it again. I mean, I was a punk rocker. And I went to see The Clash, and they were supported by Grandmaster Flash. And I like the idea of having a support act that was just a DJ who used to mash these records up and scratch them and everything. And there was a whole generation in England who'd grown up with The Clash, and when they're like, that's just as naughty and groundbreaking. But obviously there wasn't kind of hip hop culture in England until The Clash brought Grandmaster Flash over. I think it's about the hedonism, and it's about a celebration of life and love and nonsense, rather than kind of having a political agenda or anger. A lot of rock music's quite angry, and I watched the thing about the Insane Clown Posse, and like all those people are really angry and dispossessed, whereas this lot are kind of happy and young and experimenting with sort of freedom sexually and drugs and alcohol and everything like that. It is kind of, it's a freedom, but with a celebration of life and rhythm rather than an anger. I believe my agent actually coined it about Paul Oakenfold. He also represented Paul Oakenfold, and someone questioned the prices that he was charging. And he said, look, you want a superstar DJ, you have to pay superstar prices. But I mean, it's I suppose sort of Paul and I were kind of the original wave of it. To be honest, we couldn't believe the fact we were working DJs who got to travel the world. When I started DJing, you only ever played in your hometown. No one would have heard of you in London, or let alone across the other side of the world. I bumped into David a few times and told him what a fan I was, and he liked what I did, and he was looking to do a project based on dance music because it was about Imelda Marcos in Studio 54. And so he just rang me up, and being a childhood hero of mine, I jumped at the chance to work with him. And it was a real departure for me, whereas normally I just work with kind of repetitive beats, but this is a proper musical telling a story, which is a great experience. And I'm going to New York to watch the premiere of it off Broadway.